This is computer-generated chess problem 00656 by Chessatica. Now in this study-like construct, which the computer program Chessatica composed, we have a curious position. White has basically got two bishops against black's two rooks, but white has got more pawns. Overall, white is still down by about 1 pawn unit. Now you might have noticed that the rook on a7 is in a position to be captured by the bishop on e3. And black also has a pawn on c3, which is uncomfortably close to promotion from white's perspective. But white also has two passed pawns on the d file and the f file that are just as close to promotion. So what is the best move to play here? There's only one move that wins. Every other move draws. For example, if white were to capture that rook, well then black will proceed with c2. And here, in order to stop the pawn, white might play d3. Black captures the pawn, and then white moves bishop to, let's say, e4. The king captures the bishop. The king moves to d2. And the game is basically a draw or even lost for white. What about another move? For example, d captures c3. Well, then here black will play rook to d7, moving the rook out of the way of being captured by the bishop. White might continue with, let's say, bishop to e4. Black plays rook captures g5. After bishop captures g5, h captures g5. f7, rook captures f7. Maybe bishop to c6. And this is basically a drawn position. So the correct continuation, and I'll show you the analysis now, is actually bishop to e4. So this creates a simultaneous attack on the other rook, meaning that one of them will have to be lost. Now there are many ways black could proceed from here. For example, black could play rook to a5, and then white will just capture the other rook with his bishop. Notice how the c pawn cannot continue down to c2 because the bishop on e4 also guards the c2 square, which was another reason for the initial move. So after rook captures a7, then we have, for example, g6, and black is in a lot of trouble. So in this position here, after bishop to e4, black might prefer just to capture the f6 pawn. That means to get a pawn in exchange for the rook that is going to be lost anyway. So g captures f6, and then rook to f7. But even here, the game is lost for black, because after maybe bishop to f4, if here, for example, rook captures f6, then we have d7, and then this pawn is going to be almost impossible to stop. Maybe rook to f8, bishop to c7, and it will promote, or will at least get the rook in exchange for the promotion. So the game is lost for black. Going back to the initial position, we can see that the key move, which was bishop to e4, is one of those perhaps tactical, or you could say strategic moves to win in a game that would otherwise have been drawn or lost. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.